Hey there, fellow dog parents who have also experienced the heart-stopping moment when their furry friend decides that they're gonna go on a little unplanned adventure. You know, just running down the street in your pajamas, frantically screaming your dog's name. It's very fun. Very fun. I love it when you do that to us. After testing every major GPS collar that claims to keep your dog from auditioning for the Great Escape 2 K9, I can confidently say that SpotOn is actually one that is worth the hype. Plus, your dog's dignity will thank you for not tethering them to a 6-foot leash for the rest of their life. Setting up SpotOn is surprisingly untechy. In about 15 minutes, I can either walk the boundary of my yard, or I can draw that boundary on a map within the app, which can cover anything from a half-acre to a sprawling 1,000 acres. And the best part, SpotOn works even when there is no reception. Perfect if you're off the grid, like gone camping, and your dog's idea of exploring means nosing in on every single campsite within a 5-mile radius. My dog Poppy has subjected this collar to the treatment typically reserved for most chew toys. Mud, dirt, check. Impromptu swimming, absolutely. And it's survived everything thanks to its rugged construction that uses both silicone and rigid plastic. The genius engineering continues with its upward-facing antenna, which helps improve accuracy even in heavily wooded areas where most other collars would seem like they're trying to contact Mars. Now, it fits dogs with necks between 10 and 24 inches out of the box, but they also offer extensions for those extra fluffy friends who, when you're walking them, make small children wonder, are you walking a bear? The alert system works like the most effective dog whisperer on the planet. 10 feet from the boundary, they receive a light tone that essentially says, hey, turn around, come back around. 5 feet from that boundary, the tone gets a little bit sharper as if to say, hey, seriously, turn around. And then when they reach the boundary, they receive either a vibration or a static correction that essentially says, nope. Now, if they do decide to channel their inner rebel and cross that boundary, this collar then switches into live tracking mode, which allows you to find them before they decide to make friends with every squirrel in the county. Now, with the optional add-on mobile data plan, you will get a notification of this fact faster than you can say, what do you have in your mouth? The battery life lasts about 24 hours on normal settings or up to 48 in extended mode, and it charges in about 1 to 2 hours. So unlike your phone that decides to die exactly when you need to get some GPS directions, this thing won't leave you hanging. When comparing it to competitors like Halo, which have definitely improved but still struggle in more complex situations, SpotOn maintains consistent connections even in dense wooded areas that cause other collars to think your dog might be over in the next county. At around $1,000 or closer to $900 if you use the link in the description below, SpotOn is far from pocket change. However, here's the thing, it doesn't require any subscription in order to work. This thing will work out of the box to use boundaries as many as you need, wherever you need, without any monthly fee. Now they do have a $10 a month premium plan that includes live tracking and notifications, but that is entirely optional. Finding a product that doesn't require a subscription now is rarer than finding 2 matching socks in the dryer. Plus, when you consider that most common, traditional fencing can cost anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000, this thing starts to look like a bargain by comparison. They even offer financing where you can spend, $30 to $40 a month and a 90-day satisfaction guarantee, so you're not stuck footing the bill for something that you don't actually want. So, who is this thing for? Well, SpotOn is perfect if you have a larger yard over half an acre. If you live in the country with the room to zoom, your dog wants to get more exercise than your watch wants to track, or if you have a medium to large breed dog that just loves to explore. Feel free to skip it if your yard is essentially a small patch of grass, or if your dog is so small that it gets mistaken for a cat, or if you frankly don't feel like you're gonna have the time to train your dog. It takes 1 to 2 weeks for dogs and people to really get how this thing works. SpotOn gives your dog the freedom they need without giving you the anxiety that you don't. It's like an invisible babysitter that you only have to pay once. Now, if you have any questions about SpotOn, whether it's right for you, drop your questions in the comments below. I will do my best to follow up on those to see if this is the right call for your situation. And if you think it is, don't forget to use the link in the description below. You will get an exclusive discount on the SpotOn collar. Save yourself some money. Your wallet will thank you almost as much as your dog will. Here's to fewer come over here moments and more pleasant backyard hangs. That is all we have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.